pretty loud, by the way.
Is it?
So maybe just put it down a bit.
You're just a hater, man. You're just an old man, bro. You're just hating on the youth. The youth out here trying to like live their life, be
The
free.
you out here trying to live their life.
Yeah, and I feel like you're just like
My God,
suppressing the vibes. You know?
you sound like a degenerate, man.
Oh, you know, who says I'm not?
Sound like you got a TikTok account.
Hey man,
Even seeing those, go ahead.
I'm just saying we're YouTubers now, man. We gotta we gotta embrace the cringy nature of the.
I'm good. I'm actually good.
Yeah, we got 35 people on
Oh,
up in here.
what? Are
Welcome
we
everyone.
actually live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, what the heck?
Welcome everyone. All I care is about KSM, 100%. Yeah, KSM's the shit. I've been chilling it, and I bought the dip, and the dip's doing well. It's almost like following the channel is probably a good idea. So, folks,
Sounds like it.
like, subscribe, comment, share. I'm already chilling. Guys, welcome to the channel. What's everyone? What's up, everyone? Malik says I already have 1.53 BTC. That's what's up.
Just like that?
That's what's up. I need to accumulate more, says Malik. Malik just, it can't have enough. This person can't have enough.
Right.
Damn. Okay. I see you, Malik. I see
Malik
you.
is just flexing too much right now.
He's just flexing.
He needs to chill up for a bit.
I wonder, Malik, do you want the price to go down or you want it to go up now? Like, how are you feeling? He says he.
What do you
more.
think? What do you think, man?
Look, man. If I was Malik and I had 1.5 BTC and I was like, do I want more BTC? I would want the price to go down, 100%.
That's true. That's true. But then again, you know, just that the bullish side of you, just like I don't want to see things go down. I would love to accumulate more, but I just don't want to. I just don't want to see more bleeding in the streets. We gotta stop it, man. We gotta go protests. We gotta stop the violence in the Bitcoin community.
Stop the violence, yeah. There was how much of the Bitcoin Miami conference did you catch? Did you catch like any of that?
None of it. Actually,
no. Okay.
No,
it was a debacle, man. It was like.
Was it? I saw there's that one video. This one guy came out. He's like, start screaming Dogecoin and all that.
Yeah, I mean there was that, and then there was like the Tim Dillon thing at the end of the Bitcoin conference. People were like heckling him, and it wasn't going well because he was making fun of everyone there at the Bitcoin conference, and people were giving him shit. A lot of people were laughing, but a lot of people were like visibly upset and uncomfortable. Man, this is such a crazy niche. I saw this tweet that I'm gonna steal and use it as my own, saying Ethereum was the clear winner of the Bitcoin Miami conference, and I tend to agree.
In what sense? In what sense?
In the sense that, like,
everyone's favorite, or
well, you know, Bitcoin's not doing well. The Bitcoiners didn't look the best because I actually caught on to some of the Bitcoin Miami conference, and dude, it was a mess, man. It was Bitcoin maximalist, Bitcoin moon boys. It's pretty ridiculous, and honestly, man, again, while Bitcoin is great, it's kind of a silly investment. I'll tell you why. All the reasons you hear Michael Saylor, Max Kaiser talk about why Bitcoin is great is all true. When you hear the Winklevoss twins, if I'm saying it right, talking about how Bitcoin is great and the reasons why it's great, it's finite, it's trustless, it's decentralized. All the reasons they mention as to why Bitcoin is good are all valid. But at the end of the day, they say it themselves. Bitcoin is digital gold. It's digital gold. That's what it is. It's a gold bar, but online in a decentralized, trustless manner that has a finite supply. That's great. But things like Ethereum, they're building the next global decentralized financial system, the next Web3, the next global financial internet system. So I just think there's better ROI opportunities out there. So at the end of the day, while Bitcoin's great, it's digital gold. I think there's better things to invest in than digital gold.
Definitely, but is that more for retail investors, like people like us, or are you talking about the billionaires?
Well, for the retail, like for retail, it's kind of, Bitcoin. The move with Bitcoin has already been had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like these Winklevoss twins and all these people, Max Kaiser, they got into Bitcoin back when it was a couple $100, a couple $1,000. Now it's at $35,000. Yeah, maybe 10 years from now, Bitcoin goes to $1 million. Okay, great. But if Bitcoin goes to $1 million in 10 years, I bet you in those same 10 years, Ethereum would have outperformed
right.
Bitcoin by percentage growth.
Look, from my point of view, actually, I get where you're coming from. I just think the biggest thing for those for the big money to come in is security. I
Right.
think that there is a lot of like developments, obviously, in the DeFi space and the Ethereum ecosystem, but security wise is a sound. Like even if you're looking at all the every time they whatever his name is Vitalik always security is always that main thing that investors would shy away from, right? So that's what I think the biggest thing is that with Bitcoin is a bit more secure. So obviously a lot less transactions.
Yeah.
You can't do anything with a gold bar, right? You can't walk around with it and cut it up to buy things, but you can kind of store it and knowing that it's just not going anywhere if I actually have it. So I think it's more like the biggest what's the most attractive right now with Bitcoin is definitely the security,
Look,
So
yeah, in Bitcoin is great, and there are reasons to like Bitcoin. Diversification, the perceived safetiness of Bitcoin, obviously the finite nature of it, how it's decentralized, adoption. As companies are starting to use Bitcoin, they have it on their balance sheets. Countries now with El Salvador are thinking of actually adopting Bitcoin. So,
yeah, I
in
saw.
terms of adoption, diversification, perceived safetiness, they're all great reasons to love Bitcoin. And those the reasons why we all are in crypto and the reasons why we all like Bitcoin are all true and valid, and I grant them. But folks, we don't exist in a one cryptocurrency ecosystem. We have tens of thousands, well, literally maybe well over tens of thousands of options, or over 10,000 options to invest in cryptocurrency. So we have many options, and Bitcoin compared to our other options out there starts to look a bit more silly, especially when we compare Bitcoin to Ethereum. Ethereum actually does stuff. The global decentralized finance and Web3 system will be built likely on top of Ethereum. Ethereum will soon become deflationary. It will soon become scalable. There are already second layer scaling solutions being introduced. Arbitrum and these scaling solutions are already being rolled out. So, I mean, when you compare the two options, the perceived safetiness, the diversification, and the use case and the adoption of Bitcoin. I mean, that shit exists with Ethereum. And guys, the whole reason why we're in crypto is because we all had the foresight to understand that cryptocurrency is the next major asset class, and we had the ability to front run the institutions and get in first before the rest of the world woke up and realized what Bitcoin and crypto was. So just like people had the foresight to understand what Bitcoin was and why it's such a great investment and why it's great and the reasons why it's great are all valid, I believe I have, the foresight to be earlier in in coming to the realization that there's probably much better return on investment options out there in cryptocurrency than Bitcoin. One of the best ones out there, in my opinion, being Ethereum. What do you think about that argument, man?
No, I fully agree, man. I just think it's just different. It's just different place for a different kind of investor. That's what I think it is. Like just like how you're going with for whatever you're contributing to your mutual fund or whatever the case might be, you got something that's more risky. But if you're looking for the long term, if you're young, you're looking for something a little bit of more of an aggressive fund. So you take something that has a bit more, just a bit more volatile, but it has a bit more returns to it. And I think if you've been saving up for your retirement, now you want to kind of save your money a bit. You had it in the market for a while and you had it on aggressive for the past 30 years or whatever the case might be. Now it's more like, I want to protect the money, so let me put it on something a bit more reserved, something a bit more not an aggressive fund, but more of a secure fund that I know I'm going to get some sort of a constant rate somewhere. Then that's what you choose. I think right now, though, yeah, the whole crypto market has foresight. I just think for those big guys that have billions and millions in, I think it could be just a bit scary to even get into something
Sure,
that you
right.
get what I'm saying. So I feel not until like everything is rolled out with
They're trying to
Ethereum
achieve
and
something different. Yeah.
exactly. So not until something is and they can put the money, but now it might just literally make millions and trillions of dollars. So, but then again, just the risks. Like Michael Saylor, has a higher risk tolerance. His whole model, his whole business model is revolving around Bitcoin. So he's gonna definitely be in it. But someone else, like what's his name, Kevin O'Leary, is looking more into DeFi, starting his own DeFi company, right? So I think it just fully depends on who's what they're aiming for. What's the model? What are they trying to achieve in the market? But yeah, man, I think obviously, yeah. But I'm fully with you on your side though. Like I agree with you.
Yeah, yeah, and I think I need to I think I need to lighten up on the Bitcoin people because I've been a bit of a Bitcoin hater and I own zero Bitcoin, just because I think like something like Ethereum probably has a higher ROI potential. But again, maybe we're trying to achieve different things. Maybe people who invest in Bitcoin place a higher importance on the perceived safetiness of Bitcoin and in the perception how it's currently getting more
By the way,
adoption.
sorry to cut you off, but some people are saying that our volumes are actually pretty low. So
Um,
you want to increase it a bit on OBS?
sure. Who is saying that? I'm not seeing
Um, uh,
anything.
can you guys hear us fine, or is our volume low?
I'm
Or
seeing zero people say that. What are you
no,
talking
he's
about?
right there. He's saying, where's it? Why is your volume so low? You're talking low.
Can you guys hear us? How long? Why is your okay, well, I raised it a bit here. Do you guys want to let us know in the comments if you guys can hear us? Let us know.
Yeah,
That
someone
way
else said
we can
volume is low.
continue. Volume low. Okay, so I'm raising the volume now. I've raised it. Volume is fine. Yes, volume is low. Okay, I'm raising it. I'm raising the volume. So
Yeah,
I raised the volume a bit. Hopefully that's fine. Again, if you guys want to let us know if it's a
very
bit better
quiet.
now. Yeah, I'm hearing mixed results. Volume on the. Okay, so I'm gonna max out the volume here. It's
Yeah,
a
they're saying better.
better. Okay, it's
Yeah.
maxed out on our end. So now if it's too high, let us know as well.
So yeah, man. Sorry, where were you?
No, we were just kind of, and we were just kind of talking about our thoughts on Bitcoin. And guys, look, we're gonna delve into the technicals. Okay, there's something extremely important, extremely time sensitive going on with Bitcoin. We're gonna dabble on some with some alts. We're gonna share with you guys a couple staking opportunities, and also maybe give you guys a sneak peek into our VIP Discord group to show you guys
Ooh,
the kind of stuff we post in there. So,
there we go.
yeah, man, tons of stuff to talk about here. So, do you want to keep talking about Bitcoin in the conference, or maybe start delving into technicals? Where do you want to move here?
They're saying no,
What?
it's too high.
It's
So either they're messing with us right now, or
okay.
is that's actually. So I was just
No,
saying, keep it exact where it was like initially, like that first time.
little too
So
loud. Okay.
yeah, don't max it out. Don't max it out.
Yeah. Okay. So I am lowering it. Okay. So what I'm doing now is it was
Yeah,
maxed out. So it's higher than it was before, but it's
perfect.
it's lower than the max.
Just raise your volume, goddammit, guys. Come on, man.
Okay, so I changed the volume, and so let us let us know
Yeah, it's good.
if this is
Listeners, they're
better.
in your. Yeah, perfect. I guess we're good. All right,
Okay.
go ahead, man.
Yeah. So guys, this live stream's just going. We've barely gotten into the good stuff yet. But yeah, no, we were just kind of talking about our leanings with Bitcoin, what we think is gonna happen over the future, and before we delve into the technicals here, man, like look, another reason why I have like no Bitcoin is because I think that Ethereum has a very good chance of one day, whether it's this cycle or next cycle or the cycle after, the more time goes on, the more likely I think it is that Ethereum will one day flip Bitcoin in terms of market cap. Like, man, we have EIP 1559 coming this summer, I believe in the what is July, August? I can't remember when exactly, but this summer, EIP 1559 is being introduced, which will make Ethereum deflationary. And then we also have scaling coming in the near future. So,
Right.
yeah. Okay. So now people are saying we're too quiet. Okay. I'm going
No,
to
no,
get
you're good. I have it on my end, so keep
perfect.
going. Yeah.
Volume is fine. Get a better device, people. Um, I think it's our recording software.
No,
Yeah.
no, we're good. We're good. I'm testing on my phone. It's good to go. It's actually good.
Okay. Because people are saying that the volume is low.
I think they're messing with us, man. I
Okay.
think they're messing. Let's just
Okay,
keep
sure.
rolling, man.
If it's good on your end, then that's fine. All right. Um, so yeah, man. Look. Yeah. So okay. So people people are still talking about the volume, but yeah. Look. No. Look. Bottom line, if you think it's good, is it good on your end?
It's just keep going. just,
I don't
just forget it. Just keep going,
know.
man.
Is it actually good on your end though?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. We'll just keep going then. We'll just keep going. So yeah, man. Look. I think over the long term, Ethereum's going to flip Bitcoin. So I mean, I think Ethereum is just as safe. I think it has a higher ROI potential. It will soon become deflationary and harder money than Bitcoin. So the adoption's likely to be on the same scale as Bitcoin. The use case is probably greater. It's going to become deflationary. It's going to become scalable. I mean, I just think higher return on investment a very important factor. Man, I just think there's a lot of reasons to think that Ethereum is probably a much better move than Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. I
yeah,
think so, man.
because again, Bitcoin's digital gold. Okay, that's great. We all understand the use case. It's digital gold. We all understand that. But Ethereum, other stuff, they actually do stuff. Yeah. So that's that. There. I think some people were kind of trolling us in the comments with the
100%
volume here.
Satoshi's saying, okay, you guys don't want to listen. All right, he's gonna dump some Bitcoin right now. Don't do it, man. We've been dying to
Whoa,
get things.
Satoshi Nakamoto's in our live stream.
Yeah, he's been showing up every now and then, man.
Oh wow,
He's been really showing up.
damn.
So look, even talking about Bitcoin right now, if you can maybe just switch to my screen just to show the people
Yep,
quick update before we get, I know we talked about it yesterday a
on your
couple of
screen.
times. And yeah, so we said the time is ticking, definitely. We had a bit of a breakout here, which, didn't really last that much. It was the third time, third phase. We understand where everything was. Even if we look at the 4 hour chart, you'll see clearly how many times. So one, two, the third time we tried to peak above, didn't really work that much. And now we're here. So obviously, overall, within that wedge, we'll see here. Maybe if we go to lower time frames, you'll see how it's just something, as soon as we start dumping like this, we're trying to find an area to actually sit on and just some sort of range that we can identify. We're saying just stay patient for a bit until some sort of pattern shows up, finally have the pattern. But overall, you'll see here, even when within that pattern, you'll see something like this, where we know exactly where that momentum is, where the resistance is on smaller time frames. And as soon as we break above those resistances, boom, we continue to move upwards. So now we moved upwards again, we create this, we have some sort of a support level. As soon as we break below it, we continue to downtrend. Now we're doing the same thing again. So if we're connecting this top to this top over here, this is exactly where we are getting rejected right now. We definitely did touch the bottom. So the bottom of this wedge over here, which is pretty good. And now we're trying to actually jab across this guy over here, which, I still wouldn't be, I wouldn't be scared if Bitcoin still comes down to retest this and gets squeezed more and more. But it looks like sometime soon here, we will have to break this line if Bitcoin's actually meant to break bullishly. So as soon as we break above this line, again, we're going to have another shot against this resistance. We'll see if Bitcoin is actually going to break above. And if not, I think if this is not meant to happen, then sometime here around this area, if we actually couldn't break above this guy, and we actually continue to do, if we come back down to this low over here, I think that's going to catalyze that drop to the bottom, man. So that's this pretty it's pretty, I guess, we gotta wait and see. But obviously, here it looks like 12 hours, man, half a day till this actually. We want to see if this line over here is actually going to drive Bitcoin down. If you're looking at the 4 hour chart, we're seeing those signs of accumulation. We're seeing, hammer candles coming. Sorry, not hammer candles, but you're seeing that the buyers are starting to kind of show up a bit. But this is pretty much where we're sitting in terms of that resistance, man. So Bitcoin breaks above this guy, we're gonna have another shot. But yeah, man, what do you think?
Well, look, man, I've been on kind of crypto YouTube, and I see a lot of different people are drawing this triangle a lot differently. I see some people saying we already broke out both ways. And look, I think the issue is depending on what exchange you're looking at, the price structure is slightly different per exchange. But taking a look here at kind of the Coinbase chart, one of the biggest chart, one of the most major exchanges with the most liquidity. Same with the Binance USDT chart. We're still within our wedge. We're still within our triangle. So we still have not broken out yet. Again, I see people drawing this slightly differently. On some charts, we seem to have broken up or down already. But for me, the way I'm seeing things is we're still within our apex here. We're still within our wedge. And again, just like you said, man, we're likely to break out very, very soon here. I mean, max 3 days on this thing, but just like you were saying, like 12 hours a day. I think Monday, because again, weekends are typically bad for crypto. Mondays typically pick up again. Dude, I think this Monday, tomorrow, we're very likely to finally definitively break out from this wedge. And bottom line, whether it's 12 hours a day or 3 days, in the very near future here, next few days, we're likely to break out. I'm seeing people say they can't hear me. Hold on here. Okay, not yanking your chain. Volume just really dropped. Okay. Can you hear me, man?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so let me hear our live stream. Can you hear me, man?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, I think people are trolling us.
100%.
But it's a lot of people though, so it's pretty funny.
That's what it is, I
I mean,
guess.
even if people are trolling us, it's pretty funny how you guys all manage to.
Yeah. Just what are they? We can't only yours. We can't hear you. One of you is fine, not the other. Yeah, which is you, man. Just increase it just a bit from your end before I just shut off this whole live stream right now before we just shut it all off and just call it a day.
Okay, sure. How about this? This
All right.
should be better. Let's see if this is better.
How about this? Yeah, you're good now. You're perfect now. Don't change anything. You're actually perfect. Boom.
Okay, okay, guys. If this is like a coordinated trolling campaign, this is pretty funny because there's a lot of you. But yeah, no,
100%.
there's a lot of you guys saying so. It's better.
Yeah. It's good. It's good
Okay,
now. It's good.
awesome, guys. Okay, thank you for that. Uh, hopefully, we should be able to proceed. Okay, perfect. Thanks, guys, for the feedback. Okay, this should be good. We can only hear the French guy.
Who's the the
Okay,
French guy? I got Russian. I got
yeah.
French. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
yeah,
where? Okay. So now I don't know how much of that you guys heard from me. So maybe I should just briefly summarize, if
go
that's
ahead.
okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead,
Okay,
man.
so guys, maybe just to briefly summarize what I went over because I don't know how much of you guys heard from me. Okay, we're in this wedge. People are drawing this slightly differently depending what exchange you look at. The price structure does vary depending on your exchange. But looking at the Coinbase chart and in the Binance USDT chart, basically the exchanges and the pairs with the most volume, we're still within this wedge. We still haven't broken out yet. We have max 3 days before we break out of this thing. So in the very near future, we will know what way Bitcoin is likely to move next. And guys, there's tons of resistance above us, so finding rejection isn't the craziest thing. But what do we keep seeing, man? Higher lows all the way around. And this is perfect. So, tell you guys where I'll start to get worried. I will only start to get worried with Bitcoin once we make a lower low. And the first major lower low level is $33,300. So for me, it's very clear. We could even break down from this wedge and have it be a fake out. As long as we hold above 33,300, then even if we break down now, we would still be forming a higher low. So that's would be a good sign here. And so what I need to look at is for us to start looking bullish is get above and hold 42k. So we need to get above 42k to start looking bullish. And if we break down below 33,300, then we'll start to look bearish because that would be lower lows. But ultimately, here in the short term, to understand direction more clearly in the short term, I think it's very clear. If we make a higher high above this, then we'll probably trend upwards. If we make a lower low below this, we'll probably trend downwards. Because here, man, we've been putting in these higher lows and these lower highs. So as soon as we either get a higher high or lower low, that will let us know what way Bitcoin is likely to trend in the short term. I don't know
Right.
if you agree or disagree
Yeah,
with
no,
that.
100%. Maybe if we give people some sort of context, if you can switch back to my chart
Yep.
here. So, guys, this is what we're saying, right? Just to finalize this is the final hours. This thumbnail wasn't really, as clickbaity as we wanted it to be because it's actually true. It is the final hour, but let's forget about this here. Maybe just look back at here. When we dropped from this major rising wedge overall, which was a bearish pattern to begin with. A lot of buying, but the buying power as we go up is kind of losing that strength, right? But let's say when we dropped, right? When we dropped, we had some sort of certain criteria to, if you're looking at the chart and you're trying to be just forecast where things could go. So let me just take this away here so you guys don't get confused. As soon as we start dropping, you know exactly where we drop. We'll try to go up here. We kind of identified some sort of a resistance line, and then we saw here this was a pretty clear resistance. We have the stop over here, and then again next stop. We wait for a bit to see where the next stop is going to be at. We connect it somewhere here, and then the last time we're saying, look, as soon as we break out of this, we're actually supposed to move above because we're breaking this downward pattern, this downward movement. As soon as we break above it, and even you probably see on the hourly chart, if I even zoom in a bit, you'll see right here. As soon as we actually closed above on the hourly, we continued to uptrend. And now we formed a macro lower high that Bitcoin had. Again, now we're trying to see, hey, look, we are uptrending, we're going upwards. Let's have our this line over here where we're seeing exactly where the support is. We're seeing this is the next support that we had somewhere here. And what we're basically saying as soon, so first point, second data point, third data point over here, we know everything was still bearish. News was bad. Crypto mining and China crackdowns, blah blah. So the sentiment was generally negative in the market, and it's pretty clear that that's what's happening. As soon as we're saying, hey, look, as soon as we have this guy over here, this point and this point, now clearly again we tested again, and as soon as we broke below, came back up to retest it, and then dropped. So what we're talking about here is not something out of the ordinary. This is not something that's, the Bitcoin does move in a pattern, right? And it's pretty clear. So right now, what we had for the most part, again, somewhere as soon as we start dropping, we know exactly where that resistance is. Same thing, same exact thing. We just wanted to see if we're going to break above or below, depending. That's pretty much it. So now, if I maybe take off those indicators, again, as soon as we start dropping, we know exactly where that resistance was, somewhere around this area, and Bitcoin actually did break above it, then formed this wedge. So this is what we're saying at the moment, just so we don't confuse you, I guess, or add more to this and keep it maybe as simple as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we had some sort of reaction, but 5 again, it's pretty clear where that resistance is, pretty clear where that support is. As soon as we break below this, I think a similar thing will happen to Bitcoin. And is it gonna be a fake out this time? Because in the beginning, it wasn't that much of a drop. It wasn't really that overextended, but now it is. Even if you look at those indicators all the way in the bottom here, you see maybe on the 12-hour chart, you'll see how this MACD was all the way in the bottom, which is the lowest point we ever had, even back in since 2017, same thing as well. So now we're overextended to the bottom. And now we have a pattern. It's pretty clear where Bitcoin's movement is, and pretty clear when something major is going to happen. So what we're basically saying, as soon as we start breaking above this, soon enough here, we're going to have another shot at Bitcoin. We're going to have another shot at the top end here. But man, if right now, if Bitcoin, even if you go down to the 5-minute chart, which I think that's majority of the traders actually look at, basically, as soon as we continue to drop and as soon as Bitcoin goes below the 34,000, we're outside of this. We officially broke support. And that's what Brendan is saying. If we come back down, retest this area in the back, 33,400, that's when if we don't find support at it, meaning that this was just not a fake out, this is actually break below. This is, hey, look, this is confirmed. We're actually going to downtrend even more. That's when we're fully getting worried. So right now we're still in that wedge. Right now we need to break this on a very lower time scale, on a very low time frame. And as soon as we break above it, we have the other shot, and then we'll see if Bitcoin is going to break above or not. So
Yeah.
I'm nervous, man.
Well, I don't think you should be, and I think, but your nervousness is not unique. I'm seeing a lot of nervousness in the comments. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about how there's no volume, and frankly, there is not a lot of volume. You can see how on our volume here, it's constantly decreasing, which in my opinion is rather obvious and rather to be expected because we're in an apex. We're on the verge of a breakout at a pivotal inflection point for Bitcoin. So it makes sense that a lot of people would be waiting on the sidelines, literally just a few days, to see what way we break out. So I fully would not expect any peak in volume. I would not expect a lot of buyers to come in until we see what way we break out, because we understand that all the big money bags, everyone who knows TA is waiting for confirmation. Because yes, the volume is low right now, but that's rather obvious. We're in an apex. We're about to break out. You would expect volume to be low. This is nothing to be. This is nothing out of the ordinary. If we break out bullishly and we have low volume, then that's a negative indicator. But if we break out bullishly and have a lot of volume, then that's a bullish indicator. Same with the downside. Let's say we break down bearishly and there's not a lot of volume, although I doubt there would, because a bearish breakdown would spook the market and people would probably start to sell. But bottom line is, having low volume in an apex is nothing is very obvious in my opinion. So guys, again, I wanted to tell you guys what it would take for me to start looking bearish and start moving to stablecoins. Like right now, I feel like a lot of people are jumping the gun, saying oh, it's the end of the bull market, and I disagree. I think things look very, very bad. I think there's a lot of reasons to be concerned. There's a lot of resistance, and we can describe endless reasons as to why Bitcoin's bearish, and that's obvious. That's not helpful. What is helpful to understand here is what it would take to be more confident of the bullish or bearish trend. And for me to start leaning more bearish, and for me to start thinking, hey, it's likelier than not that we're in a bear market. What we need to see to understand the likelihood of each option, bullish or bearish, is confirmation. So if we make a new lower low below 33,300, that is when I will start moving into stable coins. And if we make a new lower low below 30,000, at that point, I'm pretty much, I don't know about fully out of the market, but I'm definitely going to be taking, moving substantial portions of my portfolio into stable coins. Because if we take a look at this chart here for a second, I believe that Bitcoin is forming a very macro head and shoulders pattern, and a bearish breakdown from our neckline. I mean, the price target for that is bottomless. So, because we're forming a macro head and shoulders, and we still have not broken down yet, there is still the possibility that we could recover and at the very least have a relief rally. So, guys, there are many reasons. Technicals look bearish, fundamentals look bullish. There's reasons to be bullish, there's reasons to be bearish. So what we need to be more confident of direction is confirmation. And new lower lows would serve as confirmation of the bearish trend, and higher highs would serve as confirmation of the idea that we could have a relief rally. So
Right.
guys, we're in an apex. There is no need to jump to conclusions. Wait to see what way we break out. The price action will tell us what's more likely, and in the very near future here, we will know. We will break out within the next 3 days max.
100%. And look, man, I think it's pretty important to say because we're not. So let's say this is a pretty bare scenario, right? Let's say right now Bitcoin actually does have a bit of a relief rally. So if you're maybe looking at my chart,
Yep.
so guys, it could be we could be actually in a bearish market right now, but still have a relief rally. And let's say whatever we're holding at the moment, if Bitcoin actually moves that 30% up or whatever the case might be, maybe hits the 49, the 48, somewhere close to this area over here. Uh, our point of view is that if we actually break above this, I want to wait before I'm assuming. I know there's going to be resistance somewhere here. And I know if this resistance actually drives us back down again, we're confirmed that this is resistance is going to stay for a while. If anything, if we go back up here and then come back down, back to the 30K, just maybe you can answer my question, man. Would
Mm.
you right now, right? And that's what we're trying, because I think people are probably misunderstanding what we're trying to say here. Because if Bitcoin actually breaks above, we have a relief rally. And I know, let's say still it's a bearish market, if something comes up, whatever the case might be, I don't want to sell now. I want to wait for that relief rally before I
Right.
actually sell. Right. So that's what we're saying with the strategy, because we know everybody's down right now. So if we break below this and continue to go down, all right, you know what? Looks like we won't really have that relief rally back to these higher levels, because everybody's holding Matic, everybody's holding Ethereum, everybody's holding Chainlink, everyone's holding a bunch of other stuff. But a breakout for Bitcoin above this and a movement upwards to these higher levels is gonna give you a bit of time to actually properly take or minimize that loss you have. You're gonna be up a bit. So that's what we're saying. We could go up and remain in a bearish market, but just have a bit of a rally before we actually drop. And that's what we're trying to say. We have, we're holding a lot that's obviously in the loss right now. It's pretty clear. We have a lot that's still, it's pretty much in very good profit, because we've been talking ever since way back here. We've been in this. We're still at a leveraged position, not a leveraged trade, but just because we've been in this for a while. So even a price of Bitcoin somewhere here with whatever altcoins we actually got in, we got them pretty early, and we're still, some sort of profit right now. So that's not a problem for us. But let's say if you actually entered somewhere here at the top, all the way up, let's say VECHAIN. If you entered somewhere here with VECHAIN and actually dropped all the way down, and then it looks like, hey, by the way, Bitcoin might push above again, and then your VECHAIN might actually have a chance to have some sort of relief rally because Bitcoin is going up to these higher levels. We're still in the bear market. Let's assume I don't want to sell here right now still. I want to wait till it actually goes back up. So
Right.
that's what we're gauging. We're trying to help you, for the people that actually got all the way at the top here, is that look, wait on Bitcoin for a bit. Obviously not financial advice, but We just think there's enough in here for you to recover some sort of losses if that's the case, right? So
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to gauge the market with.
Yeah, look, and even if we're entering a bear market, we it's likely that we could get a relief rally. And guys, I see a lot of people jumping to conclusions. YouTubers, people in the comments, they're saying, "Oh, it's a bear market definitively. Oh, it's a bull market definitively." No, what we need to understand whether it is a bull market or a bear market is further confirmation. We know not your feelings, not your intuitions. And man, I find it so silly when people just do fundamental analysis and don't, look at the technicals, because the technicals are extremely relevant for understanding bull market or bear market. Guys, if we want to know bull market or bear market, it is very simple what we need to see. What we need to see is bullish or bearish confirmation, further confirmation. And so, let's say we break out bullishly right now out of our wedge. Then we could probably impulse to test these EMAs at 42, 41K. Let's say we can flip 41, 42K. Then in that case, we can test this red resistance line. And I believe this red trend line here, this resistance line, is the inflection point for understanding whether we're in a bull market or bear market. Because if we kind of draw a trend line based off all-time highs to the next lower high here, all right, then if we break up here and test it and find rejection, then at that point, that would serve as confirmation of the bear trend, and thus the downside potential is great and increases quite a lot. But if we break out bullishly, fall back down, retest previous resistance, hold it as support, then the bull market could continue. So understanding what way we react off this red trend line will tell us what's more likely, whether the bull market will continue or whether we're entering a bear market here. Look, man, even if we, assume we break down here, again, we even if we're entering a bear market, we're not just going to go down in a straight line forever. Eventually, we're going to have a relief rally. And so let's assume we break down, we have a relief rally, we test this trend line and find rejection. Then in that case, that would serve as confirmation of the bearish trend. But at this point, we still have not had macro confirmation. At this point, we're forming a consolidation pattern on the verge of breaking out. And so when I see all these people jumping to conclusions, it's completely premature because we're in an apex, we're about to break out, and we still have not had macro confirmation. So guys, we want to let you know what levels we're looking at to understand for confirmation. And short-term confirmation, bullish or bearish, would be a higher high above here. That would be bullish confirmation. A lower low below here, that would be bearish confirmation. And then kind of more macro levels, above 42K, bullish confirmation. Below 32K, bearish confirmation. And then ultimately, the major test for the bull market or bear market is seeing what way we react off this trend line.
Never mind.
Just seeing if we go to $1 million. Yeah, so man, look, I know that was a bit of a rant there, but that's I just wanted to get that off my chest,
100%. Just let it out, man. Let it out. Vent it out. There's a couple, guys. If you like the live stream so far, do us that favor. Press that like button. It will help out with the engagement. And yeah, man. I mean, there's a couple, good news out there. Not good news. I wouldn't say good news yet, but there's a bit of I guess the major thing that right now we need to talk about overall. What's it called with El Salvador president or whatever the case might be. If you guys also heard about that, they're passing some sort of a bill to make Bitcoin more of a legal tender. So I guess just first, yeah.
Yeah, go to your screen.
There, you have already on your screen as well, so we can go through that as well. And there's also I'm not sure if you guys know who Plan B is. He's I guess like a popular chartist and then the crypto space. He has also a bit of a nice not outlook but perspective on what's been going off in terms of Bitcoin sell-offs and all that. And also we've been talking about Bitcoin crypto mining in China and how the crackdown on miners there, which control almost 65% of the hash rate or the mining power for Bitcoin as well. Crack down on these guys. Obviously, catalyze a lot more selling. It's just literally the basic pillar of Bitcoin as running as a blockchain, running as a server. So that obviously it's been adding a lot to this price action. It's been driving this down. So
you're bouncing back and forth between a lot of stuff here, man. Let's hover on each one of these points because you just hammered through a bunch of important shit here, man. So look,
yeah,
is that okay? So look, man, like this El Salvador news, this is a big deal. Let's not brush past this, man. Uh, if El Salvador does indeed adopt Bitcoin, this would be the first time in cryptocurrency history that a country adopted any crypto, and specifically Bitcoin. And man, this is a giant deal, because if El Salvador does this, then other South American countries could do this, and if they do this, who knows? Maybe some countries in Africa, some countries in Asia, then Europe, then who knows, the West. And man, this is a pretty big deal. So we're gonna be following the story and letting you guys know if there's any updates with that there. Um,
Yeah, man. So what is it saying if you want to delve into?
no, literally just that. So a bill has been introduced. So it's still yet to pass. It's still yet to be adopted. A lot of people are saying that this is already adopted. This is not adopted. This has just been introduced. So this, still has to, go through and get voted on. But so this still has not gone through. It's just a proposal at this point. But again, we will update you guys and you guys know when there's updates with that. And just to kind of hover on the stock to flow model with Plan B. So, Plan B has a stock to flow model, which is historically called, does price predictions for Bitcoin. And according to the stock to flow model, this cycle, Bitcoin has a good chance of reaching over $100,000. And Bitcoin has historically out and underperformed the stock to flow model. Currently, we are underperforming the stock to flow model, and we still have not, reached a peak yet when it comes to the stock to flow model. So, again, man, with me, one reason why I'm very skeptical of this dump is because not all, but the vast majority of our cycle indicators all give us more room to the upside. So at the point of greatest use case and greatest adoption, it doesn't make sense to me to prematurely end a bull run. I don't know, man. Do you have any feelings there?
Yeah, no, 100%. That's what we're saying. The reason why I was saying all these things, like obviously we're not just gonna brush over them, but they're basic. What we're saying is there was a lot of things outside of the chart that are adding to this. It's not just the fact that just supply and demand at the moment, especially with the adoption, that we've been asking for a while. We know any signs of regulation in the market is always, the market reacts negatively to it. But what we're saying here is the fact that overall, with whatever's been going on, you got some good news out there with El Salvador trying to push for this. And now with obviously the market is also polarized between, is a central bank digital currency. Is that good or bad for the crypto markets? Does that mean, if the government was not able to ban crypto, now they want to join it and then halt the operation? Or are they actually going to use the technology? Are they actually going to use Bitcoin? Is it actually going to be an asset class that we're going to invest in for the long term? Is it the new gold? And then that's what I was trying to say, is
Right,
with
right.
overall in the market, there's a bunch of things that are affecting this chart that I don't really see on YouTube in general. It's been like talked about much. That's
Right.
what we're trying to bring you here, is that there's so much outside of this chart that is affecting the price action, and it's kind of sometimes invisible for the people. So yeah, man. So the whole space is fundamentally more sound, right? The Ethereum ecosystem is more sound, and the DeFi space is more developed at the moment. There's a lot of advancements for the blockchain itself. So yes, no, it doesn't make sense for this to be at this price right now. It is definitely undervalued, and yeah, man.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, no, no. You bring up a good point there, which is fundamentals. We got to understand. Yeah, technicals are great too, but the fundamentals drive this market, especially over the long term. And to understand the fundamentals, I watched snippets of the Bitcoin Miami conference, and I believe the Winklevoss twins. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Winklevoss, whatever, however you pronounce it. He was saying that there's currently 32 publicly traded companies holding Bitcoin. And what do you guys think is going to happen to that number? You think it's going to increase or decrease over time?
yeah,
Right? It's likely to increase. So we have adoption only just beginning. We have the global reserve currency, the US dollar. The Americans are printing trillions of dollars, devaluing their currency. That means every rich person, every corporation, every hedge fund, everyone who has money understands that there's a problem with the dollar. And that problem is every year you hold a dollar, it's worth less and less and less. And so the world needs a hedge against the dollar. And the way you hedge is with either shorting stock market, shorting the dollar, or investing in finite resources, commodities, or something like Bitcoin, which is liquid, trustless, decentralized, and has a finite cap supply, a low supply at that, with high demand. So highest demand, greatest use case, lowest supply, adoption just beginning, and we end the bull run prematurely. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
We need confirmation here, because there's, again, lots of reasons to be bullish, lots of reasons to be bearish, and I see a lot of people already jumping to conclusions, but we need to wait out and we need to see what happens with the price action.
100%, man.
Yeah.
And another thing, I guess I want to share from Plan B, if you can maybe
Yep.
switch to my chart. I was just suggesting something like would Bitcoin sell-offs are deliberate hallmarks of institutional buying, says Plan B. And look, it's not like we take anybody's word this is the final thing or whatever. It's just another, I guess, perspective. Take a look at the same guy who actually made that stock flow model that Brendan was talking about, just saying. And yeah, he was having an interview saying that Bitcoin's price action in the last few months suggests that someone's trying to influence the market behind the scenes. The price action that we saw last month, and especially this month, the down action was always in illiquid hours of the market. So it was deliberately destructive. It was not sold by someone who wanted the most dollar for his Bitcoin. It was sold at illiquid times in the market with far too big of a chunk to get a good price. So it was destructive selling. So actually, if you look at the price charts, for example, the daily chart for the last couple of months, you see that all these destructive selling events, all the selling, which by the way took place at the end of each month, strangely, all that selling was bought within 1 or 2 weeks. It was like a V shape, and that's what he's just talking about here. Recovery within 2 weeks. So that also is for him a bit of a hallmark of institutional buying, that they scare people out of their positions. They, together with their OTC over the counter desks, scare retail and normal people out of their positions, even liquidate people out of their positions, and then buy the scraps in the weeks after. So just another thing to take a look at, another thing to consider. Obviously we see a lot of asset management institutions and corporations have been buying and selling, and to one of them as well. Asset manager Ruffer reveals it dumped all of its Bitcoin holdings. Ruffer has made a quick 1.1 billion, 1.1 billion with a short-term Bitcoin bet, according to a June report by the Times. The trade was timely given that Bitcoin topped out at 64,000. So they actually sold it at 64,000, close to that top, and they bought in. I read through. They had 600 million that they put in somewhere in December of 2020. And yeah, man, sold it actually at the top, and they're pretty clear. Look, that's where we entered. That's how we left it. That's pretty much it. So there's a lot going on, guys. Institutions came in, and that's what happened. So the next big thing is we want to see how's that price action going to, are they still interested? Is it still off the hook? Do they just want to make money quickly, or is this something that they're all still, trying to get into soon? So we want to see if that, actually is something that we need to keep in mind, 100%.
No, 100%, man. 100%. Great points all the way around. And guys, look, I want to share with you guys some very, very important weekly and monthly closes. So look, guys, if you like this live stream and you want to keep going, folks, do us that favor. Smash that like button. There's 323 people watching. Only 84 likes. That tells us that the vast majority of you guys don't like the live stream and don't want us to keep going. So folks, if you would like the live stream, like us, you want to support us, want us to keep going, smash that like button, because once we get over 150 likes, I'll share with you guys some staking opportunities that we're taking advantage of. Because bull market or bear market, you can still make money through staking, through yield farming. Tons of staking opportunities that we want to share with you guys that we're taking advantage of. And we also want to give you guys a sneak peek into our VIP Discord group, show you the insides of what we do and kind of how it goes and the kind of stuff we post. We're going to show you guys the inside of our VIP Discord group, behind the scenes look. So folks, we're just getting started with this live stream. Still have tons more important stuff to show you guys. So again, guys, over 300 people watching. Half of you guys have not haven't smashed that like button. Tells us the majority of you guys don't want us to keep going. And if you guys want us to keep going, smash that like button. Because hey, man, we could just leave this stuff to our VIP Discord members. We can just post our setups, price predictions, and staking opportunities in there. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know, because again, that's how we know. The likes is how we know whether you guys want us to keep going or not. So
100%, man, and that's where we are right now. I guess we're closer to what we have here. Yeah, to 121. So in
120.
the meantime, I see a lot of people actually even in the chat talking about other charts. So guys, if you want us to take a look at other charts as well, let us know. We saw some people talking about Ethereum, and we also had a super chat early on talking
Oh,
about
okay.
Matic as well. So I
We can take a look.
forgot the name. It was like a $5 donation. So again, thank you so much for the support. He was talking about Matic, and I forgot what the question was.
Oh, okay. Well,
Support at the dollar or something. Oh, actually, if it's actually gonna get to a I forgot. If you don't mind actually sending that text again and the chats, that would be great. But we'll take a look at Cardano. We'll take a look at VeChain for you guys. We'll take a look at Matic and whatever you actually wants to take a look at. So, yeah, man. What else do we have here? What do we want to jump on to next? I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. So first off, thank you for the super chat. We'll take a look at Matic here, and if it's okay with you, I could just finish up here with Bitcoin. I kind of wanted to
Yeah, go ahead.
mention some weekly and monthly closes because this is pretty significant. Just to kind of wrap up here with Bitcoin, guys. In 3.5 hours here, 3 hours, 37 minutes, and 40 seconds at the time of recording, we will have a weekly candle close for Bitcoin. This is pretty significant because the last, week we've been looking a bit more strong. And if we close basically exactly where we're at now, we would be closing above last week's candle body close. So if we hold the line here at basically 35,800, just hold the line here, then this week would look more bullish than the previous week, which is just a good sign. It's not a lot, but it is something to look out for. Whatever way we close in the next 3 hours, will be very telling. Who knows? Maybe Elon tweets and it dumps. Maybe Elon tweets and it pumps. Who knows? But we have this weekly close very very soon here. And also, I think there's some pretty important levels here on the weekly. So we can see how twice we had weekly candles reacting off 34,700. Very significant zone. As well, right here, just above 33,000. Guys, there's that lower high, 33,300. And then there's these several weekly candles reacting off 33,000, 33,100. So 33,000 and just above is extremely significant, is an inflection point for Bitcoin. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4 weekly candles were reacting off kind of like this 33,100, just above 33,000 range. So this is extremely significant and extremely important to hold as support. If we start to drop below this region right here, that's very worrisome. As well as the monthly. Guys, even looking at the monthly, 2 monthly candles reacting off the exact same region. That being, again, 33,100, just above 33,000. So just above 33,000 is a key zone. And if we zoom back in to kind of the very short term here and kind of take a look at our wedge, if we kind of zoom out a bit more. Okay, no, actually, if we go back to our wedge here, we can see that what's just above 33,000, this higher low, this wick right here. This is an extremely critical zone. So from 33,000 to about 33,300 is a critical level of support. We have weekly, monthly closes in this wick, all from 33,000 to 33,300. So that's a very important level to continue holding as support. If we start to drop below that, that's when I will start to move into stable coins. So I just wanted to finish up with that there.
Yeah, no, 100%. If you can just maybe just move to my chart again.
Yes.
Even on the weekly chart as well, we got to take a look at the actual MACD itself. If you see here, we had, as soon as we started dropping in terms of momentum, as soon as we've been moving upwards, we got to look at the volume, obviously. We got to look at how the momentum actually factors into this as well. But overall, you got to see how once we started dropping slowly, just kind of signal to the market, hey, we just crossed over on the weekly chart. This might look bad. We could be losing strength, momentum here in terms of buying power. And you see it as well with the volume as well. You start seeing here that as soon as we actually topped out at the 37,000, overall 37,600, we start seeing that the volume actually drops. So what that usually tells you is that as soon as you start having, you reach some sort of price level and volume starts to drop, it starts to telling you that, look, there's less and less interest in the current trend. And as so if the price is going up, so there's obviously an uptrend. It's been uptrending. Volume is actually going lower. It's telling you that there's less and less interest in this uptrend we're having. So sometime soon here, the volume will do something like this. The volume is actually going to start to get quiet. We're starting this blue line here is your average volume, basically. So as soon as we start going below the average volume, it's telling you that, hey, sometime soon here, there's some sort of reversal. Couple it with the fact that the MACD itself on the weekly kind of started to downtrend, even though we're still stuck here horizontally. The volume's going down, MACD's going down, and the RSI itself as well has been making those lower highs. So it was pretty clear signals that we're actually going to drop. Now, same thing here. What are we doing in terms of this area? What's happening is basically, we're trying to find the support over here. Volume has been, as soon as we started downtrending, we kind of fully went back to like 50% closer to this to the middle of this uptrend, and volume got really high over on this side. So that's what we have. Volume is really, really over, and then as we go down all the way to the bottom, volume start to get less and less. So sometime soon here, it's going to get again quiet. We are below average if we close this week. And then, we need to see how quiet it's going to get. And if this support, coupled with the fact that even if you're looking at the momentum, you'll see here that the difference between the bars in the beginning was pretty, the delta, the difference between the volumes has been really pretty large. And as soon as we start getting to the past 3 weeks, it kind of started to go a bit, it's just kind of the difference started to subside a bit, start to decrease a bit. So the rate of change is heading to zero sometime soon. So we might be flattening out as well. So we got to take those signs into account as well. And we need to see if that actually plays out well. So that's what it is, man. Look, I don't know, man. Delta, man, the difference. You got to use big words. But man, that's what it is. It's not really. It is a bullish. It is a bearish pattern, but looks like we are trying to find the support on the weekly. That's pretty much it. So let's see. And the RSI is actually below the neutral. It's at the 44. So let's see. Let's see. That's what it is, guys. Let's see how that plays out. We're not gonna tell you go to bybit and
100x leverage.
swing train 100x this whole thing. So we know that people lose money.
And look, man, while it's simple, it's important. Just like you're saying, the main takeaway is let's see. Guys, there's reasons to be bullish. There's reasons to be bearish. The price action is bearish. That's rather obvious and rather unhelpful. What we need to understand here is further confirmation. And so while we go back to my screen here, man, again, hovering on these momentum indicators like the MACD is extremely relevant, because if we go over to the daily, first off, we have had a bullish crossover on the daily MACD, extremely significant. And yes, the histogram is taken down right now, but we did have that bullish crossover. At the most oversold we have ever been. Literally, you can zoom out all the way. The bottom of the 2018-19 bear market, we were never this oversold. And we've had a bullish crossover on the daily MACD. This is very significant as well. The RSI went from very overbought at the top to now very oversold at what could be the bottom, as we're seeing signs of bullish divergence. So guys, people are I see a lot of people jumping to conclusions. There's no need to jump to conclusions. We still haven't had confirmation. We're still in this apex. We still haven't broken out. We're seeing conflicting indicators on several different time frames. So we just need to wait out. And so a few things that we can look out for to understand what's more or less likely to happen in the near future here is the RSI and the MACD on the 12-hour to see if we have bullish or bearish divergence. So here on the MACD, we can see that our MACD lines in our moving averages have been reacting off this same level. And as soon as we get bullish divergence above this red resistance trend line, that should signal to us that there's a shift in the trend. Since we've kind of, the momentum has been getting rejected off this level, as soon as we get above this, that should tell us, hey, something new is happening here, something different is happening here, that could, if we get above this, lead us to see a bullish continuation. It's funny that we're seeing a little bit of bearishness, a little bit of indecision as soon as we're approaching resistance. Isn't that interesting? As well, looking here, it's almost like TA works and tells us what's likely to happen next, right?
Could be, man.
Yeah, could be. So, as well, something else key to keep in mind here is not only the MACD, but the RSI, because all throughout our downtrend, actually more than our downtrend, if we zoom all the way out, this entire cycle's parabolic growth See, every higher high in price action coincided with a lower high in RSI, classic textbook bearish divergence. And so we've been respecting these red resistance trend lines all throughout this cycle. So we're testing it as resistance right now. In the moment we see bullish divergence from this resistance trend line, that should tell us the price action is shifting from bearish to now bullish once we see bullish divergence from our resistance levels here on the RSI. So once we see, something like this, bullish break, if we maybe expand this so you can see this better, bullish divergence from this red trend line here, maybe find resistance here, come back down, make a higher low, and then break out. As soon as we break above these trend lines, that should tell us that's when Bitcoin is ready to recover. And we're still putting in these higher lows and higher highs coming from the oversold region. So guys, the trend in the short term is actually, the momentum is swinging bullish. So we, again, there's no need to jump to conclusions. We're still in this apex. We still need to wait out to see what we break out. But again, I just want to share with you guys some of the major things we need to look out for timing when we're going to start looking more or less bullish or bearish.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
100%. There's 382 people in the chat. Look, man, we told these guys if what are we at right now? 142. So it's all good. We'll keep going out of here, man. What else do you want to take a look at? Now, I'd say if we're done with Bitcoin, you want to keep moving, or what are we saying?
Well, I mean, there's still a bunch more we could probably talk about Bitcoin, but let's talk. Let's start talking about some altcoins here. Again, guys,
IQ test. What is your IQ? Did you do the test?
Huh?
You got some IQ testing here. You're trying to.
I definitely do not want to do this live. Definitely not. That would be quite embarrassing. So, we should do an IQ. How funny would it be if we both did an IQ test live?
100%. Just get all the YouTubers in here.
We should all do it.
Everybody, see if they can do basic math, maybe.
Oh man. Oh, I could not do math. I could write an essay. I was always better at English than I was at math, but yeah, anyways, man, look here. There's 353 people watching. We told you guys once we get to 150 likes, we'll share with you guys some staking opportunities, and we want to give you a sneak peek into our VIP Discord group and share with you guys what our VIP Discord members get. So once we get to 150 likes, we'll share with you guys. We're at 148, guys. Smash that like button. If you like us and you want to support us, the easiest way to do so is to smash that like button, because the more likes we get, the more likely is YouTube is to recommend the channel, the live streams, the videos. So easiest way to support us is to smash that like button. Once we do, we want to share with you guys some of the staking opportunities we're taking advantage of, and how you can still make market even in a bear market, still make money in a bear market through staking. Share with you guys behind the scenes what we post in our VIP Discord group. Actually show you live screenshots, not just screenshots, but our actual Discord group here. So
oh yeah, man.
Yeah, so we're over 150 likes here, so
let's do it. So just one last thing I actually want to talk about.
Please.
Maybe just but I'm not even gonna mention anything about it. We'll just leave this in the description. But it's just So Texas governor signs law creating legal framework for crypto investments. If you guys even see, this is his Twitter. Greg Abbott, I guess his last name. Sorry if I butchered it, but he's just talking about some whatever, there's some positive news out there, and they passed some sort of a bill regarding building some sort of framework to actually work with cryptocurrencies and to actually have some sort of legal pathway for this to actually work and develop. So something to keep in mind. Take a look at it, look into it. But yeah, man, enough of Bitcoin, man. Let's talk about some staking, some lending, some whatever we got on the market here, man. Yes, sir. Let's. Shall we begin the APIM process here, or what are we saying?
Let's do it. All right, guys. Thank you for support. Thank you for the likes. So I want to share with you guys a few of the staking opportunities we're taking advantage of. So, I like Super Farm. We own some Super Farms. So you can actually stake your Super Farm and earn these gems. And these gems, through staking, can buy you these NFTs. And these NFTs have utility within the Super Farm ecosystem, give you access to later NFT drops, give you access to future staking and future perks yet to be decided. So guys, I like Super Farm a lot because I think NFTs are here to stay, and the whole thing with Super Farm is interoperability and utility to NFTs. All things that are likely to make this project. Yorkshire,
by the way.
Oh, thank you for the heads up.
I just noticed.
No. Thank you for that. So, guys, look, this is Super Farm. Here, you can stake your super. You could become a liquidity provider and you earn either super farm and these gems. See, you can earn 42, point 0.42 gems a day. And you use those gems to buy these NFTs. And again, these NFTs, they bring utility. And the whole thing with Super Farm is interoperability and utility with NFTs. A winning combination for becoming a leader in the NFT space. So if you're hodling Super Farm like me, you might as well earn some NFTs, do a bit of staking. So this is definitely one staking opportunity that I'm taking advantage of. If you don't have, do you have anything to add there, man, with Super Farm?
No, I'm
Uh,
just listening, man. No, that's. I know you're pretty deep in the weeds in there, so keep going, man. I think people like it here.
Okay, perfect. So next major staking opportunity is with PancakeSwap. Guys, look, while I love Ethereum, Ethereum has a lot of problems. High fees, not very scalable. Something like PancakeSwap has been gaining volume, has been gaining users, has been gaining value locked in their ecosystem. The Binance Smart Chain is growing and is being used. And so something like PancakeSwap, I do believe, has a very good chance of sticking around over the long term. And if we take a look here at the price action here and measure how far we're down from all-time highs, I mean, we are currently down 57% from all-time highs, and we corrected 78% bear market discounts in what could still be a bull market. So I bought some PancakeSwap on the dip, and I'm staking it on PancakeSwap, earning 123% compounding interest. Guys, this is auto staking. It takes everything you earn from staking and it just puts it back into the staking pool. And so we can see here that if you put in $1,000 worth of cake and left it there for a year and come back, you would have 66 additional cake. So this is very, very high APY on a project that's likely to stick around and be here over the long term. So if you're hodling PancakeSwap, definitely think about staking, earning 123% compounding interest. So guys, if you like the stuff we're sharing with you guys, smash that like button. Moving on to the next major staking opportunity, there's this website called stakingrewards.com that it will tell you all the major staking opportunities with all the major projects. So if we go to Cardano here, click on Cardano, and if we scroll down a bit here, it'll tell you, the different kind of places you can go to stake Cardano. One of the places you can go to is the Exodus wallet. If you guys download Exodus, it's just a wallet. It's a mobile wallet and a browser wallet. You can stake and earn like 4.21% on your Cardano. So if you have some Cardano, stakingrewards.com is great for kind of telling you different opportunities where you could stake. And also Exodus, just right off the bat, is what I'm using to stake my Cardano, just over 4% APY a year. So definitely take a look at this website if you're trying to look up different staking opportunities. So that's what's going on with that. And man, I don't know about you. Are you ready? Should we shield the VIP Discord group? Should we let you guys
Even
know
maybe,
some of the stuff that's going on?
maybe 100%, but maybe even before we get there, maybe we'd want to explain why would they need to do something like that. Maybe if in terms of timing, in terms of maybe if you're let's say for example you're interested in Binance or you're interested in some sort of random coin that you actually want to hold for some time. I guess this is what you're talking about, right? You're saying, hey, look, might as well buy it. Let's say when it's actually on the low end of things, it's not whatever at the top or whatever the case might be, and you actually just come in and stake and earn on it, and down the line, you're holding it. You don't want to trade it. You don't want to sell it. Whatever the case might be. That's what you're telling people here now.
Yeah, man,
What's
like
the main purpose for us to actually be in this, and why would they actually be involved in something like that?
to make more money,
There
because
we go.
yeah, it's very simple, guys. You can earn insane interest rates that are completely uncommon in legacy markets. If you put your money in a savings account in a bank account, you're lucky if you make 0.5%. But in crypto, if you're hodling anyways, if you're trying to practice a bit of risk management and earn some money, when the market's going up and down, well, you can stake something like PancakeSwap and earn this insane amount of money. So not only could you make money from the value of cryptocurrency going up, but you can earn even more crypto through staking. And there's some major staking opportunities that we want to share with you guys. I mean, even here on PancakeSwap, let me see if I can find it here. I saw that you can earn, this opportunity here. This is actually insane. Dude, you can stake PancakeSwap and earn 76% on UST. This is a stable coin. So,
Right.
bro, this is one of the highest staking rewards I've seen for a stable coin. Imagine you plop, $1,000 worth of pancake swap here, and let's assume the price stays stable, you could come back, a year later and have $760 with $1,000 initial, investment or initial staking. So there's
100%.
yeah, there's tons of staking opportunities. And guys, look, if you're hodling anyways, yeah, you can make some returns if the price of your crypto goes up, but you can also stake your crypto and earn even more. So
Right.
that's definitely why you want to like, subscribe. That's definitely why you want to join our VIP disc group where we post, all the staking opportunities we're taking advantage of all the time. So, I mean, I don't know about you, man. Should we kind of let the people see our VIP disc group and just give them a taste?
100%, man, because we definitely do let our Discord people know what's going on. 100%. So let's just show them, maybe just give them a quick sneak peek of
Yeah, yeah.
what it is and how we actually conduct business, I guess.
Let's do it. Okay, guys. So without further ado, this is our VIP disc group. So this is our Discord group. All right, we have tons of different channels. We have a general discussion. We post news, events, all this stuff. So we have tons and tons of free stuff available in our Discord group. We talk to all our members regularly, so make sure you join that. But if you kind of want to take the extra step, if you guys want to support us like what we do, and you want more of our content, then we do have the option to join our VIP Discord group. You can check the link in our Discord. You could check the link in the description of the YouTube channel if you guys want to join. And ultimately, this is a bit of what we talk about. Sometimes we talk about serious stuff, breakouts, entries, but sometimes we just shoot the shit with our members. So right here this morning, I think you were talking to
Someone slaughtered my name, man. I don't like it. Omnic, if you're watching, I'm coming for you.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, we talk to our members daily. Sometimes we post setups. We talk about support and resistance levels, breakouts, what we're buying, our entry prices, that kind of thing. And sometimes we just shoot the shit with our members and just talk with our people. So that's kind of our general discussion where we talk about really anything. And so our gems and setups and catalysts is really where we post our kind of what we're buying, screenshots. And so sometimes it can be something quick like, hey guys, I'm buying the dip on Myrrh at 88 cents. And sometimes it could be more of a write-up with screenshots and price targets and that kind of thing. So it typically varies, and I don't want to maybe give away too much. We have a bunch, I think literally dozens of more screenshots and timestamps of shit we're buying the dip on, but just to give you guys a little bit of a taste of some of the stuff we post. Again, sometimes it's more in depth, sometimes it's very brief, just letting you guys know what we're buying and at what price, so that kind of thing. We also post news in our VIP disc group and our regular disc group as well. We have a trading discussion, and we also have here a trading and charting section where we post helpful resources if you're trying to learn trading, if you're trying to learn charting a bit better. Definitely check out this section. We have some more advanced stuff, some more basic stuff, and we're going to continually be updating the stuff in the future moving forward. So yeah, man, no, should I keep going here? Do you have anything to add?
No, 100%. No, that's usually when we actually even get most of our ideas and even whatever people are actually talking. So a lot of people actually do share. It's a nice community, for you to be a part of, for us to be a part of, and yeah, majority of the things we take a look at, and even just the people in the chats themselves, in the Discord themselves, that we we almost know now by name. But yeah, definitely always bringing up a lot of important things that not there's so much happening in the market, man, that so many times I'm just relying on the Discord sometimes just to take a look and see what the people are actually looking at. So yeah, man,
Yeah.
great community to be a part of, guys. If you want to be a part of this, 100% check it out. Check out our Patreon, check out the tiers, and yeah, 100% be a part of this because I heard at one point that some changes are coming. So
Yes.
make sure you be a part of this.
And guys, we keep saying in our live streams we're gonna be bringing changes to our VIP disc group, and we say it because we mean it. Again, we there's a bunch more stuff to still show you guys with our group, but bottom line is you guys get more access to us. We post what we're buying, when, that kind of thing. You guys are getting a sense of what it's about, and very soon in the near future, we're still hashing out the details on our end and still working out how to practically implement what we want to do. But bottom line is we're going to be bringing even more value to our VIP Discord members in the very near future here, and the people who got in early will greatly benefit from being in early. Understand that changes will come soon, and once those changes come, the people who got in early are going to very much benefit. You know, we really want to give back to our early adopters, our early supporters, the people who supported us early. We're going to definitely make sure that those people benefit from having gotten in early. So, guys, if you want to pull the trigger and become a VIP Discord member, the link to join that is down in the description below. And look, man, just even our free Discord here, I love seeing what you guys have to talk about. You guys are constantly posting gorgeous stuff. The plumber here posting gorgeous stuff. Someone recently that I want to give a shout out to is Tirade. This guy here, well, I don't know who this person is, but this person is constantly posting gorgeous charts. Look at this setup, perfect Wyckoff accumulation here with Bitcoin. So tons of helpful stuff in our Discord group. We have tons of really switched on smart people. And honestly, man, I'm kind of glad that our group is a bit more, you know, the people posting are a bit more, I don't want to say serious, but you know, we have a lot of very interesting, very switched on people in our group. So make sure you check out our Discord group. There's tons of, you know, we have tons of different free sections over here, tons of good Gucci stuff to take a look at here. So
100%.
yeah, to just keep you know, showing you guys a bit of what our VIP Disc group is about. Again, this is where we post our, you know, our staking opportunities that we're taking advantage of. Recently, you know, we started staking with Superfarm, and we also recently became liquidity providers on SushiSwap. You know, SushiSwap recently bridged with Polygon Matic, and so you can become a liquidity provider with super cheap fees. And so, guys, bull market or bear market, let's assume we're earning a bear market, you could still make money through staking, through yield farming, through becoming a liquidity provider. And so we recently became liquidity provider on SushiSwap through Polygon. And so, you know, we posted, you know, the bridges that we use to bridge from Binance Smart Chain to Polygon, from Ethereum to Polygon, and we got, you know, plenty more stuff, you know, explaining you know, different stuff, different staking opportunities and permanent loss, that kind of thing. So make sure you check that out as well. We also have a kind of general resources section where we're always posting resources and kind of research opportunities. Like recently, we're, you know, going through a few courses on, you know, blockchain development, blockchain technology. So I'll share that with you guys. You know, a couple different stuff here, how to add Binance Smart Chain to your MetaMask. So we're just giving you guys a bit of a taste of kind of some of what we do and some of the stuff to come here. We also have different resources section for Ethereum, Cardano, and Polkadot, where we explain, you know, what the Berlin upgrade announcement is about, or, you know, link to articles explaining helpful resources, you know, the GitHub, tons of different stuff. If you want to understand Ethereum, developer tools and developer tutorials, tons of helpful stuff. And we have the same thing for Cardano, Polkadot. And we're going to be adding stuff, more and more stuff all the time. And again, we're going to be bringing big changes to our group in the near future here. So guys, if you want to join, the link to join is through our Patreon down in the description below. So that's that. You know, I don't want to do too much shilling, but really we just want to give you guys a sneak peek into what our, you know, Discord group is about and some of the changes that are incoming there. So yeah, man, I don't know if you have anything to add there.
No, I think that's that's enough shilling of the VIP Discord, 100%. So yeah, if you guys like it, 100% check out the links in the description and check it out. But just looking at the chats here, man, there's a bunch of people asking about different charts, so we should definitely take a look at that as well. But maybe if you guys are good, we can let us know in the chats whatever you want us to take a look at. Maybe we can just jump off the Ethereum, then VECHAIN or Cardano, man, just to talk about the charts. Overall, if you're good, unless you have something else.
No. That's enough shilling. That's gross. Anyways,
perfect.
Let's move on here.
So just looking at Ethereum in general, you know, like if you want to maybe just switch to my chart real quick here, we'll just quickly go through some of the technicals here, but it's pretty clear. It's been stagnating because of Bitcoin's price action. Let us know in the chats if you're actually, you know, invested in Bitcoin in the moment, or if you actually have some sort of holdings in the space overall in general. But it's pretty clear to us. We've been talking about Ethereum actually, you know, like be aware ever since we're looking at beginning of May, way overextended. And as soon as we actually broke the support line, we had over here, we had some sort of a breakdown, obviously, and everything just started to go down. Then we broke below, went up to retest, and now we went all the way down here. And it's doing the same thing that Bitcoin is doing. Now, went back to, you know, those levels that we had before, closer to what we had. Yeah, obviously, the 2000 was the biggest thing we were taking a look at. And as soon as we started dumping, a lot of people actually accumulated. So buyers look like, you know, we don't want to break below the 2000. We don't want to, we think Ethereum is worth above that. And this is what we're stuck in recently, some sort of a wedge again, same thing that Bitcoin's doing. And I think if obviously Bitcoin is going to continue to fight or break below, then that's definitely something we need to take a look at. But something interesting is the fact that Ethereum actually made some sort of wall, some sort of a ceiling here, somewhere closer to what we have here, somewhere at 2,860. So it's kind of a bit different to what Bitcoin has at the moment. Obviously, there's some sort of buyers are coming in more aggressively. And again, time is ticking just for Ethereum, just like how Bitcoin is doing right now. Overall, if we start to break below this, support line that we have over here, somewhere I would say I would need just to maybe give us some sort of a number. I would say somewhere closer to the 2,550. If Ethereum starts to peak below this, I think it's going to catalyze more and more price action towards these lower levels and back at least to the 2,000. So definitely dependent on what Bitcoin is doing at the moment. Definitely dependent on the whole Ethereum ecosystem with the rollouts and everything coming up. But just strictly price action at the moment, we need Ethereum to actually break above 2,900. Obviously a lot of resistance at the $3,000 region, but to keep it simple, this is pretty much the pattern we're looking at, some sort of an ascending triangle. And if that actually breaks above, then we're about to actually continue to go upwards. If Bitcoin actually breaks down, people see a breakout in terms of Ethereum, is that money going to trickle into Ethereum and push it to these higher levels? We don't know yet. Everyone's talking about Ethereum flipping Bitcoin at one point. There's a market cap, sure, but we just haven't. We just need to see that actually play out in terms of the price action, man. So, what do you think? What are you leaning on towards with Ethereum at the moment?
Well, there's a lot to talk about Ethereum here, and I'll go back to my chart here, and I'll share with you guys what I think are probably the two most relevant levels to understand what's going on with Ethereum and some other stuff as well. But before I delve into the Ethereum stuff, I'll also just mention that, guys, we want to show you guys a bit more stuff, but we're not selling anything. We want to show you guys and give you guys a behind the scenes look of token metrics. If you guys have been around the crypto space, I'm sure maybe most of you have heard of token metrics. It's a AI fueled price predictions and portfolio suggestions platform. They do tons of code reviews, so we're going to show you guys a bit of behind the scenes of that platform as well. I'll tell you what, once we get over 200 likes, we'll show you guys token metrics price predictions and what they're kind of bullish on and some of the stuff behind the scenes there. So guys, smash that like button. But talking about Ethereum here, man, look, I keep mentioning two levels that I think are very important to understand what's going on with Ethereum. And for me, I think I've identified two EMAs that are good for understanding short-term price action and maybe more long-term price action. First off, the 21 EMA on the 6-hour, this yellow line. All throughout our bullish impulse, we held it as support. As soon as we started to break down from it, guess what? That was the beginning of the massive sell-off. Interesting. So this one's very good for calling short-term price action. I mean, even over here, we break below, acts as resistance. Break above, we start to pump. Very clear. So as well, this blue line is the 200 exponential moving average on the 10-hour. Here was support. Here was a support. So this is a very relevant level. And these two very relevant levels, that blue EMA, 200 EMA on the 10-hour, good for understanding more long-term price action, are currently both below Ethereum, acting as support. So this is a very, very good sign because we are forming this wedge. We're on the verge of breaking out. We have basically like no time left before we break out of this thing. Max one day. We're gonna break out this day, very soon. And so we're gonna, like you were saying, very soon understand what way Ethereum will break out next. There's this resistance zone from about 2,800, I'd say 3,000 to about 2,800 has been severe resistance for Ethereum. So if we can get above this red resistance zone, where our peaks here are constantly finding rejection, then we can see bullish continuation. So we've been seeing lower highs all the way around. So as soon as we see a higher high, we could probably break out bullishly. But if we start to break down from these two EMAs, then the downside potential for Ethereum is pretty great. I mean, we could fall to 2,200, we could fall to 2,000, we could even fall lower. So again, these two EMAs are very critical. We're going to break out of this wedge any moment, any hour here, and Bitcoin is pretty much leading the market. So make sure you follow Bitcoin if you understand what way we're looking to break out here.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Agreed. Maybe since I guess what do we have? What are we saying? Almost like an hour and a half. Maybe we'll go through some other charts if you're good. I don't know if you have anything else more to add on Ethereum, but maybe we could take a look at VeChain after this.
Yeah, let's take a look over here at VECHAIN. Do you have
Perfect.
it pulled up on your end, or do you want me
Yes,
to?
yes, I do.
All
Yes, I
right,
do.
go
And
and
guys,
hit you.
if there's anything specific you want us to take a look at, let us know in the chats. I see someone's if ETH breaks up, will it be able to help pull BTC up? I don't really, I don't think so. We don't think so yet. We
No.
just need to see how the market reacts to this. You want to see the market actually speaking to you first before you make any. Yeah, I guess that's a major assumption if Ethereum is actually pulling Bitcoin's price action upwards, right? So, definitely we need to see if that maybe at one point we keep talking about maybe at one point we'll see some sort of decoupling between all these different altcoins, whatever developments they have, and you start seeing adoption, mainstream adoption for a lot of these other altcoins. Is that going to help us divorce from Bitcoin? We're not sure yet. It's probable. There's something that could happen, but we're not sure of it yet. Now, is Ethereum at the moment? I don't really think that specifically at this point in time will help Bitcoin's price action to go upwards. But yeah, man. I don't know if you have anything
Yeah,
else like to say there, but
it's Bitcoin's market. The alts dumped because of Bitcoin. Alts will recover because of Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin's market right now. Like doing TA on these alts gives us an understanding of the relevant levels with these alts. But at the end of the day, Bitcoin is leading the market. Bitcoin recovers, sentiment will recover, and people will feel more confident putting their money back into alts. So it's a sentiment thing. It's a liquidity thing. So we, again, doing TA on these alts, we know the relevant levels, but Bitcoin is fully driving this market right now.
100%, man. 100% agreed. Jonathan, thank you, I guess, for asking that question. Very good question. But so yeah, looking at VeChain, man. Obviously, it's been following Bitcoin's price action pretty accurately, right? This is Bitcoin's price action right here. It's the same thing in terms of what VeChain is doing. Overall, we have other altcoins like Matic or Solana or Theta doing their own thing every now and then. But with VeChain specifically, VeChain actually dropped these previous levels we had back in somewhere beginning of the year, January, February, as soon as we had those major breakouts below. So before, so it's telling you that it's fully following what Bitcoin's doing, and it's a bit of weaker hands, I guess, in the moment. So overall, right now we're sitting at the 13th cent again, just like how Bitcoin is doing right now. We're reaching some sort of apex soon, and we know exactly where that ceiling is for VeChain, that 14.4 cent. As soon as we start breaking above that, we're going to continue to go back up to those higher levels. Because if you can see here, since we're talking about VeChain from the beginning of April, midway through April. Overall, from a technical standpoint, VeChain was stuck in this sideways wedge, symmetrical wedge. And if you're usually uptrending into this wedge, a breakout above this is the most expected scenario. And as soon as we break above it, you'll see this pattern all across. If you open any of those charts, you'll see how the market reacts to those. It's our favorite even to trade overall. But if you're uptrending in the symmetrical wedge, you actually expect the uptrend out of it. And in terms of where it could reach, would be the base of that triangle. If you take the base of this triangle, you put it where the presumed breakout would be, it would take us somewhere closer to the 40 cent region. But obviously, Bitcoin happened, Elon happened, whatever negative news we had in the market, and now VeChain actually dropped to these lower levels. And look, man, ever since VeChain actually dropped, if you're talking here, what? How long has it been? Since May, last week of May, last May 19th, basically, it went all the way back down to the what? To the 5.2 cents. Right now, I actually peaked somewhere close to the 15 cent, actually putting it at 195% increase in price, and currently priced at 145% ever since that major drop. So a lot of people even made profit just looking at this right here. But overall, we know if Bitcoin actually has some sort of a relief rally, I would see VeChain easily getting back to these higher levels. But overall, on a macro outlook, if Bitcoin as actually, we're not in a bear market, whatever the case might be. I'm still expecting some sort of level somewhere close to that 38 cent, man.
Yeah, man. No, no. And look, there's lots of reasons to be, optimistic here with VeChain. I mean, VeChain's doing some interesting things. So maybe we'll go to my screen here if that's okay with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, perfect. So first off, we're seeing what a higher high and a higher low. This is good to see. Now we're finding rejection of what I keep saying has been one of the most important levels for VeChain. Look, man, can you remember? I say this all the time. What's the most important level for VeChain? Can you
It's
remember
like
off by heart?
200 daily or something like that.
Very close. 200 on the 6 hour. Guys, I've been saying for months now how the 200 exponential moving average on the 6 hour for VeChain has been the level to look out for. I'll tell you why. We had a massive pump, massive dump, flash crash. Where did the flash crash stop? Where did we stop dumping? The 200 EMA on the 6 hour. Even if we zoom out before, we can see several times extremely relevant level. Pump dump, we found support there 3 times. Pump dump, found support there 3 times. Pump dump, found support there. This has been the level for VeChain. And wouldn't you know that ever since we broke below it, as soon as we pumped, where did we find our rejection? The 200 EMA on the 6 hour. So for me, I think understanding VeChain is quite clear. I think I've identified one of, if not the most important moving averages for VeChain that has been extremely price reactive. So for me, if VeChain can get a daily candle closing above this thing, basically get a daily candle closing above 14 cents, specifically this level here, then at that point, VeChain could break out further and retest this red resistance trend line. Because again, guys, bull market or bear market, we want confirmation. If we draw a resistance trend line from all-time highs to the next lower high, and then that gives us a level that's likely to act as resistance if we impulse up. So what I'm saying here with VeChain is if we can flip 14 cents, if we can flip this 200 EMA on the 6 hour, get above this thing, have a daily candle close above this, then we have a fighting chance of retesting this level here. And seeing what way we react off this trend line will be extremely telling for understanding what's happening next. Because if we come up here, find rejection, we could fall up further. But if we come up here, break out, fall back down, retest it, hold it as support, then VeChain can make new all-time highs. And so, to test this level, we first need to get past this point. So this is like the, if it's a video game, this is like the ultimate boss. And this is like kind of one of the major bosses that you need to get through before the final boss, right? So this is the final boss. This is the final level you need to get above to kind of win the game. But before you get to this boss, you have to first try and defeat and try to get over kind of this boss. I don't know if this metaphor is tracking along.
You basically got to slay a couple of, dragons to get to the queen, basically. That's what it is.
That's a much better metaphor. So we have
100%.
Two dragons that right here that we need to slay. And if we can slay these 2 dragons, then we can get to the queen in price discovery. So the queen is price discovery. And to get there, we have 2 dragons. First level is this 200 EMA on the 6 hour. Second level is this red trend line. And if we can slay the first dragon, then we can battle the second dragon. So thank you for the bailout there. That's a very good metaphor. I'm very glad you brought that up.
There we go. Perfect, man. Yeah. Appreciate it. So that's it for VeChain, guys. I guess I don't know if you have anything else to talk about here, but I know half of our audience is basically addicted to VeChain. But yeah, man, maybe we can take a look at maybe a Cardano. I see some people talking about VRA. If ETH, why is it so long? Because it's long, because we want to, man. Yeah, so I guess VRA, maybe we talk about Cardano as well.
Yes, we can. So maybe, we can talk about Cardano. Well, if you guys have any suggestions, want us to take a look at some like VRA, we can take a look at VRA. Also, as well, I did promise that if we got to 200 likes, I would share with you guys token metrics, give you guys a behind the scenes look of token metrics. So let us know if you guys want to see this again. Token metrics is a AI fueled price predictions and portfolio suggestions platform. So if you're cool with that, man,
yeah, sure.
Maybe we can take a look. Yeah, okay, guys. So let's take a look here because I do think this is pretty interesting. So this is token metrics. All right, when it comes to yearly investing, this is what token metrics thinks will kind of be the highest performers when it comes to investing on a year-long horizon. And look what's up there. Kusama, something that we've constantly been talking about on this channel. Celsius Network, another great staking opportunity. Guys, if you're holding Matic Polygon, you can stake it on Celsius and earn 13, 14, 15% staking through Celsius. They pay out the interest weekly and there's no lockup periods. So tons of staking opportunities on Celsius. Synthetics, you can earn 13, 14, 15%. So definitely check out Celsius for staking. And yeah, token metrics, this is what they think are going to be some of the highest performers currently when it comes to investing on a year-long horizon. And also, feel free to jump in at any point here if you have something to add.
Yeah, no worries. Go ahead.
Okay, but also just something to add with understanding token metrics. Whenever you see stable coins come up, that basically is their engine telling you that, hey, things are kind of volatile right now. Things are risky. It makes sense to have some money in stable coins. So, definitely it's not the worst idea to have some money in stable coins, especially if Bitcoin starts to break down these key levels that we've been mentioning. But yeah, no, token metrics, it's not the end all be all. No one indicator is the end all be all, but it's another tool in your toolkit we find pretty helpful. And if you guys want to sign up, we do have a link down in the description below. They also have like a paid weekly trial. It's like $10 for a week. So if you want to buy it for a week, it's $10. If you guys want to help us out, do it with the link down in the description. But you guys don't have to. You can just do it on your own if you want. But there's also, they got other stuff here too, like the indices. So if you want to know what they think could be some of the highest performing assets for investing on a monthly horizon, they also have an index section for this. So it is kind of loading right now. I don't know if it's just my Wi-Fi or anything like that. But yeah, man, look, it's pretty helpful. I mean, they also send you code reviews where they break down and review different projects. So, guys, check it out. Do it or don't do what you guys like, but we're just showing you some of the things we use. We're providing you guys some value. So check that out. It's loading right now, so maybe we can move on. But we just want to give you guys kind of a behind the scenes look on our VIP Discord group and token metrics here. So
100%.
yeah,
Yeah, guys. So if you like it, check it out, see what it is, see what it's all about, and yeah, man. Links are in the description. But yeah, man. If we're good to go here, maybe we'll jump to Cardano. I guess Cardano's
yeah.
been
Let's take a look at Cardano.
moving in some sort of way.
Do you want me to go to your screen here?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
no problem. But yeah, no, that's what it is right now with Cardano. We're looking at overall in terms of performance, in terms of price action performance, we are still holding above the $1.50 region. And overall, besides that, if you're just looking through the altcoin market in general, there's definitely those projects that are acting differently, right? You see that there's more appetite for Cardano, there's more appetite for Matic, there's more appetite for 1inch, and all these, the list goes on. But there's some sort of like top 10 altcoins that definitely held well. And in terms of performance, with this massive dip that Bitcoin had, there's still, like if we're looking, maybe if we just take a look at VECHAIN, VECHAIN went back to these levels we had back in January, except for Cardano actually stayed, continued to hold above. So a bit of more, I guess, positive sentiment in the market. But overall, if you want to see where Cardano is heading to next, obviously with the Alonso hard fork and the developments they're having and all of that, obviously going to add more and more to this chart. But then again, Bitcoin is king currently in the moment, so we need to see how that plays out. But overall, I think it's pretty clear where the support is for Cardano. Maybe if I take this here off and just keep this one here. Yeah, so this is what it is. 1, 2, 3. Now we're trying to find the support. In terms of price action, we're sitting at the $1.60 region. So any break below this guy over here is going to take us back down to these slower levels. But the main thing we need to keep an eye out on, not much has changed since the past 2-3 weeks. We're talking about this whole thing. Obviously, with Bitcoin stagnating, the whole market is stagnating. So you just need to be careful for the moment, because even though the market sentiment was pretty positive, still anything can happen. We know, don't let the crypto market, I guess, fool you much. Obviously, anything can happen still. But yeah, man, obviously we're just above that $1.50 region. So let's see if that holds. And for the time being, I'm saying any drop, I would say below that is going to take us back down to these lower levels, somewhere close to the dollar at least. But that's mainly it. In my opinion, nothing much really has changed for Cardano except for all the developments that are coming up. But yeah, strictly price action. This is what we're looking at so far. So let us know if you guys are still excited or not. I see people talking about ADA versus
Yep.
Matic and all that. So what do you think, man?
That's an interesting question, ADA versus Matic. But on your chart there, man, this looks like an ascending triangle to me, no?
Yeah, it could be, but that's the thing. I think just the fact that it went through, I think the biggest level we need to be taking a look at is
Is that
definitely
trend line?
dollar fit. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely dollar
Yeah,
fit.
yeah, yeah.
So it just slices through it, but just like to maintain above it for some time. So
Yeah.
yeah, we can obviously put in an ascending triangle, something like this, or a rising wedge, or whatever the case might
Yeah.
be. But yeah, I think clearly the biggest support, the biggest line we should take a look at is definitely $1.50.
I agree with you. Yeah, and we'll go to my screen here in a second here, and yeah, man, like my main takeaway with Cardano, I keep saying because it's simple, because I think um, the main takeaway is rather clear, which is this $1.50 in these three previous wicks, strong, massive, massive, massive base of resistance for since March to basically 2 months here. This was resistance. We finally broke above. We went back down, retested, held it as support, and then we had a massive pump all the way to about almost $2.50. So this was an extremely price reactive level. As soon as we went back, broke above, retested it, we pumped massively. So holding above this is pretty key. $1.50. So while $1.50 in kind of this range, this zone is very relevant, I also think that $1.30 is relevant and perhaps kind of the last stand of support for Cardano. Because let's say Bitcoin dumps, market gets spooked. Let's say we break below $1.50. Is that the end of the world? Maybe not. I think maybe there's another major support level on the same level as maybe kind of the $1.50 zone, and I think it's about $1.30 because if we look at the weekly candle here for Cardano, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks react off this $1.30, $1.31 zone for Cardano. And even if we go to the monthly chart, we can see here how we had 2 monthly candles reacting off this kind of $1.31 zone. So $1.30, $1.31, I believe is extremely relevant for Cardano. And if the market gets spooked, if Cardano dumps below $1.30, I think $1.30 below $1.50. Sorry, if we dump below $1.50, then I think $1.30, $1.31 might be kind of that last stand of support for short-term, support and short-term bullishness for Cardano here. And again, guys, if we want to know if we're in a bull market or bear market, what we need is confirmation of the macro trend. And getting higher highs would be confirmation of the bull trend, and lower lows would be confirmation of the bear trend. So if we make a new lower low below $1, that would be confirmation of the bear trend and make it more likely that we continue downtrending. But for now, we're still kind of sitting in the middle of price structure. We're still sitting above support. So Cardano is holding up, pretty well in comparison to a lot of the other market. So yeah, man, what do you think there?
That's what you need to
Pretty much it.
expect for that's what you need to expect for an Ethereum killer, man. I guess what it is expected for the time being. But 100%, I guess half of our audience is definitely whenever we put some sort of poll, whenever we talk about Ethereum or Cardano, you'll see the comments actually go on fire. So yeah, man, no, I agree. Let's see how that let's see once this consolidation period with Bitcoin actually makes a move here within the next day. I think within the next half a day, 2 days between now and tomorrow end of the day, I think we're gonna see some sort of a massive movement. So you gotta stay tuned and make sure you keep watching the chart here. But yeah, man, what do you want to
Yeah.
talk about next here?
Well, look, man, I would say we got most of the shilling that we had playing off our back. So maybe we could take a look here at the chat and see what the chat was saying. I saw someone mention Luna. We could definitely take a look at Luna. I like Luna. And also, guys, we did do some shilling. That's pretty obvious. But ultimately, our VIP disc group provides a ton of value. So that's why we talk about it, because we talk about what we're buying, when, staking opportunities, tons of stuff, and we're gonna be bringing even more value in the near future. So if you guys want access to that value, we're just showing you guys the option. If you guys don't want to join, then don't join. But we just want to give you guys and show you guys the opportunities, and we want to do right by you guys and show our thanks to you guys by giving you guys a sneak peek into some of these paid services for free. We showed you guys, some of our, Discord group for free. We're showing you guys token metrics for free. This is a paid service, and we kind of wanted to give back to you guys by showing you guys some behind the scenes look of this paid service and just giving you guys a taste of what this is about. And I honestly wanted to show you guys more, but unfortunately, stuff's not loading right now. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi, or what's going on with that. But yeah, no, I just want to get that off my chest. So if you're good with that, man, maybe we could take a look at here at something like Luna or something.
Yeah, let's take a look at maybe Matic and Luna, and
Okay.
yeah, see whatever comes up here. But
Also, quick question: if you had the choice to invest in one and one only, Cardano or Matic Polygon, what would you choose?
for the time being, right now, I'll go with Matic, definitely.
You'd go with Matic, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Should I go to your screen here if you have it?
I don't have it pulled up. If you have it pulled up, that would be great. But
Okay.
I can definitely switch to it.
Yeah, no, I have Terra Luna here pulled up, so maybe we can take a look at
Perfect.
here too. Terra. So, guys, Terra Luna, very interesting project. It's a high capper. I think this is one of these projects that has a super, super solid chance of being here over the long term, surviving a bear market, coming back, and making new all-time highs. So this thing does a bunch of stuff. They basically do crypto payments, and they create different kinds of stable coins. Like Terra Luna has a stable coin for the Canadian dollar, American dollar, the yuan, the yuan, the peso, bunch of different kind of stable coin solutions. They also are building out a pretty substantial kind of network of different kind of payment protocols. For example, Anchor protocol, another one I like, is native to the Terra Luna ecosystem. On Anchor, you can stake stable coins and earn 18-20% on stable coins. That's insane, guys. You earn 0.5% in a savings account in the bank, in a bank. With Anchor protocol, which is native to the Terra Luna ecosystem, you can earn like 18-20% on UST, which is a stable coin. Yeah, man. Again, feel free to if anything jumps out to you to kind of mention here, but
Yeah,
just
no, but I think it's pretty. I think we agree on that chart there. To be honest with you, yeah, no,
yeah. So okay, so we're currently down 82% from all-time highs. We corrected, but we're in the moment down 72%. So guys, bear market discounts and what could be a bull market. This is a super, super solid project. And just to explain you guys kind of my accumulation strategy, I have been buying the dip on Terra Luna. And what I like to do when kind of understanding where to buy the dip is I draw a macro Fibonacci retracement, but also micro Fibonacci retracement. So following this impulse here, I drew a fib from the bottom to the top of the impulse. And so for me, I like to buy in the 618, the golden pocket. So, whenever Terra Luna is below, $5.90, that's personally a buy in my book. Although, if we can get above this volume at $6.30, we could probably impulse up here again. And just, real quick here, there's probably a few different ways we can draw this. But this kind of looks like a bit of an ascending triangle to me. And whether this is an ascending triangle or not, I think Terra Luna looks very interesting in the short term because we're seeing higher lows. And yes, we technically made a lower high here, but we're basically finding resistance at the exact same place, basically just under $8. So we're putting in pretty much the same highs, but making higher lows. And the more times we test the resistance level, the more likely we are to break through. So we're putting in higher lows and we keep testing the same resistance level. So I don't know, man, this is quite overextended to the downside. Very good market. So my feeling is, if Bitcoin starts to look healthy, maybe if it breaks out bullishly and can get above 42K, then this thing can get above $8. It can probably have a nice relief rally.
100%. And I think it's been, it's a lot of trading happening on Luna overall. Volume is always skyrocketing. So that's what I'm saying. If Bitcoin actually continues to have some sort of relief rally or whatever the case might be, I think it's pretty obvious now what these coins or these projects can actually do. And right now, Luna sitting at $6.2, 6.21. It can go all the way up to the $22. So something to definitely keep in mind. Something to actually definitely yeah, man. If things get back in the positive with Bitcoin, I think these altcoins, man, are 100% gonna blow up, and I don't think people will probably be able to react to it that quick. To be honest, man, I think within a week or two, things can easily get back to these higher levels that Luna was definitely stuck in, man. So yeah, man. No, I like it. I think that's what it is. Definitely, I think if on a macro scale here, we can see we're looking at the 4 hour. Anywhere above the $7, $8 region is definitely break off above this zone. It's breaking the resistance, and then we should be looking at easily, I would say, somewhere close to the 11.6 dollar region. But overall, I'm pretty sure Matic will try to get back into this range that we're stuck in before, and where everyone's basically was excited about, higher levels basically. So right now, this is where we're sitting at least $8 if you actually continue to break above the $8 when Bitcoin's doing good. I think as a first stop, $11, but we're definitely gonna come back up to retest this resistance or this previous support that turned to resistance and go back up to these higher levels. Yeah, man. So it's pretty exciting, but obviously it's definitely something that's dependent on Bitcoin for the time being, guys. So make sure you understand the risk behind this whole thing.
Yeah, 100%. So, while I like Terra Luna a lot, great projects, a massive, massive correction. To see, I think Terra Luna was like top 20 in terms of market cap originally. And to see how like this 70-80% correction is pretty crazy. And so if we go back to my screen here, again, it's the markets, it's Bitcoin's market right now. Bitcoin's leading everything. But assuming we can get above kind of $8.80, kind of this zone here, these wicks, this is a pretty reactive zone. We can see how several times, one time we try to punch above, two times, and then three, four, five, bunch of times we try to punch above this level here, kind of $8.70, $8.80. And as soon as we finally got above this level that we kept trying to punch above, we skyrocketed. So the market's telling us this is a very, very relevant level here at the 618, which we also, by the way, isn't it funny that we have the 618, the golden pocket, an extremely important fib level right there at historically price reactive zone. So for me, guys, if we start making new higher highs, that's a good sign that we can start to break up. But ultimately, the main takeaway for me is kind of $8.80 and $9, because $9 right there, psychological level. We wicked off $9. So if Terra Luna could start to hold $9, then Terra Luna could test $11, $12. Some of these red trend lines, 13, 14. So Terra Luna getting, $8 to $9 tells me Terra Luna can start testing some of the lower, teens. And again, it's Bitcoin's market. So if Bitcoin can flip 42, if we can get above this red resistance trend line, then that tells me that Terra Luna has a fighting chance of reaching its all-time highs and entering price discovery. So, I mean,
100%.
also, if we just kind of, assume that we could at some point have a relief rally and retest this red trend line from all-time highs to the next macro lower high here, I mean, we could probably have a relief rally, theoretically speaking, of about 100%. So even in terms of a swing trade, I mean, I think 100% relief rally for Terra Luna, if Bitcoin breaks out bullishly, if we can flip $9, is not out of the playbook. It's not entirely unrealistic.
100%. I don't think it's that much of a radical idea, although it's hard, for people to imagine that at the moment. But, understanding the market's volatility and how things whip out, as soon as Bitcoin starts to have some sort of a bullish candle or some sort of a small uptrend, how these different altcoins actually continue to blow up. It tells you a lot how about the market and how, everyone's just lurking in the back, just looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin does good. These things blow up 100%. But man, so we're pushing close to 2 hours here. It's been like an hour and 50 minutes. What do you think? Maybe we can take a look at Matic and call it a day, or if we have anything else to take a look at. If you guys want us to, if you want to mention in the chats here somewhere, if you want us to take a look at something specific, we'll take a look at it. But you want to jump off to Matic maybe and talk about that for a bit? Saw some
Yeah,
people
well,
discussing it.
yeah. Well, how about this? Yeah, we'll talk about Matic. Maybe wrap up here, answer a few last questions, and then kind of wrap up. So yeah, I'm on your screen right now. If you want to pull up Matic.
Yeah, sure. So I'm looking at Matic right now. We're definitely sitting at the $1.57. Matic likes to move, some sort of a textbook way. I guess if that's how you want to put it. As soon as we pump up, we have some sort of a bullish bull flag. As soon as we break above it, looks like the market respects the resistance that Matic actually has on the price action. Any break above or below some sort of resistance or support makes us continue to move upwards. And right now, looks like we have a clear resistance where Matic has been kind of finding that resistance at one, two, couple times here, three, four. Now, right now, we have a specific floor that a couple of times, as soon as we had some sort of a breakout somewhere here closer to the $1.50, went up, came back to retest it, and then pushed upwards. So you always need to take those highly reactive zones where any sort of breakout and a retest, right away highlight that. Looks like it's $1.50 for now. Support here, some sort of support here. Obviously, when Bitcoin was going crazy, this whole thing just annihilated the price action. But again, back up to these levels. And again, here now it's actually struggling to find that support again. So to me, the $1.50 is definitely what we should be looking at. Again, with Matic, the price actions, still up there. It's not really, didn't really. This actually moved like April, April, May. We're on June 6th right now. Really moved upward from the 40 cent region and did retrace obviously, but it's still back at these higher levels. It didn't really get all the way back to these January levels. We're at somewhere closer to what we have, 9 cents or 10 cents. So right now we're sitting here, and yeah, we're struggling to find that support. As soon as Bitcoin actually has some sort of a break to the bottom, I'm 100% sure that this is most likely going to break. Obviously not financial advice. I shouldn't really be saying 100%, but this
Likely,
level is
yeah.
definitely, yeah, most likely this is actually going to break below, and then we'll see Luna continue to go below these slower levels. And look, because all the people that actually got into this, recently within the past month and a bit, I think there's a lot of new holders that actually got into Matic, and seeing the price actually continue to go below to these slower levels, I think we have some sort of not weak hands, I would say, but I think just in terms of just profit taking, and Bitcoin's looking bad and the market's looking bearish, and we continue to downtrend with Bitcoin, I think this is probably going to just really drop hard if it actually goes below the $1.50. And look, I guess, Matic fan for now. I know you are as well, but just objectively looking at the market, with everything that Matic is doing for the Ethereum ecosystem right now, with just everything being in the limbo, the $1.50 doesn't hold. I think we're going to see a very very quick price action to the bottom. But if it breaks above, we know where the resistance is. We need to break above this resistance line, and it can easily start pushing back up to the $2.30 and maybe the $2.70 region.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. Matic is in a super, super precarious place. You're right about the kind of the base of support around $1.50, and man, I think the downside potential is pretty substantial if we break down because market's precarious with Bitcoin. We made a macro lower high. It's not good to see, and the next major support isn't until really like a $1.20, and then $1.80. So again, there is downside potential. While I do love Matic Polygon over the long term, the short term does look concerning, but ultimately, again, we need to see what way we break out of that descending triangle we get drawn. So there's no need to panic. We do have to wait for the breakout, but there is plenty of downside potential. And again, guys, still Bitcoin is leading the market. So if Bitcoin breaks down bearishly, that could be the thing that tips alts more bearish and helps them break down. If we break out bullishly, that could be the thing that helps alts kind of break out more, because we're on the verge of breakouts with a bunch of different alts, just like Matic, right? Like we're right within that apex. And so following what way Bitcoin breaks out will be the thing that helps us understand what way we could break out with these altcoins, including Matic. So, yeah, no, those are some of the major things looking out to look out for. So, man, look, we went over a bunch, guys. So we're nearly up at 2 hours here. We're probably gonna start wrapping up soon. But why don't we kind of finish off with answering a couple questions in the chats, if you're okay with that, man?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
Okay.
do that. Definitely. I
So,
see here someone
yeah.
said Bid Moon again. I guess see his his or her name. A lot to $3 donation. Thank you. Was asking if we can take a look at Telcoin. So maybe we
Telcoin.
can take a look at that and wrap up. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions besides the charts, we'll be more than happy to as well answer those, man. But again, Bidden, thank you very much.
Yeah. Let's take a look here at Telcoin. So are you familiar with Telcoin?
We did. I think we were asked before because I had some sort
Sun
of
money, sun.
like sharding done on it. I have it pulled up here on my end, so
Okay.
maybe you could take a look at
Yeah.
that as well.
If you want me to go over your screen.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let's do
All
that.
right. Yeah. Okay, we're on your screen.
Perfect. So this is what we're looking at here. Obviously, the biggest level we should be taking a look at, acknowledging, is this, the, I guess, ninth of a cent. As soon as you broke above it, we really skyrocketed this thing. What did it do? Let's see. Oh, 630%. So, yeah. And as soon as Bitcoin started to have that downtrend, you can see how we just literally went right back to that breakup point and actually found that support at it. So, a lot of accumulation that happened there within no time, actually. But overall, if we're trying to be a bit more specific with the price action, it's pretty clear for our short term where the support is, and we're literally sitting at it right now, just like what Bitcoin is doing. And then again, in terms of a short term resistance, is somewhere closer to these higher levels, 3.6, 3.4 region. But yeah, somewhere close to the 3.7 all the way down to the 3 point, yeah, like 3.5. So keep that in mind. I think any breakout above these levels, anything below or above, will make us move towards those higher levels or those lower levels. But overall, I think if it actually breaks below, just the fact that this thing whips so quick and you see it, within no time, within, let's just see here, I don't know, 1 hour. Let's see how that, yeah, not even 1 hour. Went all the way down here, dropped heavily from this here. Let's see, what do we got? From here all the way down 61%, and then just got bought up right away, man. So yeah, these things move pretty quick, so you got to keep that in mind. But yeah, these are for me short term, without, I don't really know anything about Telcoin, so Qcoin for whoever's interested.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think again, Apex, Bitcoin, it's in the limbo. If it break below these lower levels, or at least somewhere close to the 2.9 cent or 3 cent region, that where I think the biggest thing you need to be careful of is definitely this level all the way down. So it's very risky. how this thing's moving.
It is
Tell you
very
that much.
risky. And if we break down, if we go to my screen here, if we break down from this, we can draw this slightly differently, wedge or standing triangle. I mean, the next major support level, I mean, is like, it could be all the way down at 20 cents. Or, sorry, 2 cents here. Because that's where volume
Right.
starts to pick up. That's where there's sideways price action again. So, yeah, definitely, market's super precarious right now. We're still putting in these higher lows, but we're clearly respecting this trend line. And so a breakdown from this trend line would be quite concerning. From what I understand, this seems to just be like, kind of like the PayPal, but on the blockchain. I mean, obviously, I'm not very familiar. I need to look into it more, but from just first glance here at the website, it literally just seems to be kind of like a decentralized PayPal running on Ethereum. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what it is, okay, it's interesting. It's an interesting idea, definitely. 96 in terms of, 63 in terms of market cap. So this is kind of up there. This is
Oh yeah.
pretty interesting. Okay, so definitely something worth keeping on the radar. But again, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't think I'd be buying in right now personally myself, just because number one, I'm not familiar. Number two, we're in an apex and we're looking to break out soon here. So let's say I wanted to know what was going to happen if I wanted to buy, or just wanted to know what's going to happen. Just literally just wait to see what way we break out. If we break down from this trend line, or if we break out bullishly, make a higher high above kind of above kind of 4 cents here, that's what we're looking out for to kind of understand what the next major direction is with altcoin.
100%. Thank you, BitMoon, for bringing it up. And yeah, let us know, guys, if it's something that you have in your wallets, I guess, or you have in your holdings. I'm not really fully familiar with it, so definitely something to take a look at.
Yeah, so thanks for the suggestion. Again, if it's just like decentralized PayPal on Ethereum, okay, it's an interesting idea. It's definitely something worth keeping on the watch list in your back pocket. So yeah, man. Look, again, we've been going on 2 hours. Let's start to wrap up here. So let me know if you got anything you want to get off your chest. I mean, I'll just wrap up here. There's one question I just want to briefly address here, which is thoughts on KSM. And look, I like KSM a lot. I've been shilling it, nonstop on every dip, and we don't have to go super into it because. But bottom line is Kusama is one of these coins that I think has long-term staying potential. I've been talking about how I've been buying the dip at around 300. It's up to about 400 right now. And again, even if we go back to token metrics, if we go to the ratings, they love Kusama right now. And unfortunately, guys, we wanted to show you more of what token metrics is about, but unfortunately, they're just not loading. But bottom line is Kusama is, I believe, like their number second or third choice when it comes to investing on a year-long horizon. So it's not just me who likes Kusama. I mean, there's some AI price prediction models who like Kusama as well. Some quant, models that like Kusama. So do you have anything to add there, man?
No, I think you're the one in the weeds, I guess, for Kusama. So yeah,
That's pretty much it. I like Kusama long term. We got Parachain auctions coming up soon. Parachains will take a bunch of Kusama and lock it up for a long time. So stupidly bullish on the long term future of this thing.
perfect. There
Yeah.
we go. So
Uh,
yeah, man, I'm good from my end. I don't know if you have anything else to add here, but yeah, I'm good.
Okay, yeah. So just to start wrapping up here, guys, just to summarize, guys, thank you so much for staying tuned to these live streams. We're constantly trying to bring you guys value, and that's why we mention our VIP Discord group because we bring tons of value to our members. So if you guys want to gain access to our VIP Discord group, you get access through our Patreon. Link to join that is down in the description below. Again, we're gonna be bringing these changes soon. Hopefully, I'm gonna try and talk to Messin after this live stream and nail down some details so we can start sharing details. But we're gonna be bringing even more value soon. And the people who got in early, again, will benefit from being in early. So if you want to check it out, go click on the link down in the description below. I mean, that's pretty much all the shilling I wanted to do for now. Plenty of shilling. And just, I'll wrap it up with this. Ultimately, guys, thank you for being here. Anytime anything interesting happens with Bitcoin in the market, we're going to be talking about it here on this channel. When we're buying the dip on interesting altcoins, when we see breakouts, we're going to be letting you guys know our thoughts, price targets, that kind of thing. So make sure you stay tuned in the next one, folks, because Bitcoin is on the verge of breaking out. Again, man, we can't forget this. 2 or 3 days max, likely sooner rather than later before we break out. We were going to be breaking out very, very soon here. So make sure you have that bell notification turned on because as soon as we break out, we're going to be going live. I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm waking up and I'm going live because this is very significant.
100%. Yeah, guys, keep it in mind, keep it on your radar right now. The next couple of days are very, very critical for Bitcoin. So we'll see how that plays out. But again, thank you for being part of this. Thank you for watching, for listening, the likes and the donations. Thank you so much for interacting with us. And yeah, man, have a great day, I guess.
You guys are the best. Take care.
Take care, guys.